All right, so thanks you guys for showing up for this Descript tutorial. Descript. So I'm Laura DeFranco. I'm the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, and we specialize in publishing and business strategy for holistic health and wellness professionals. And because that's part of what I do, serve other business owners, entrepreneurs, when I learned about Descript, and thank you, Pablo Gonzalez, for teaching me how to use this app. And we're doing it for the talk show, you guys. So for some of you who know that I've got the 7-Figure Healers live online talk show, Pablo did this awesome class called the Relationship Flywheel, where he took us step by step through the strategy for building community through a show. And because a podcast or a live show of any kind has this video component, Descript was the place that he took us all to learn about how to do some of the things that we were doing for the show. But I got so excited about it for so many different reasons, aside from just the live talk show and then what you could do afterwards with your videos. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the ways I've used it right away. I just got so excited. I started talking about it to basically every entrepreneur I knew who I knew wanted to create video content for their business. I mean, who is not doing that these days? And my massive struggle up until learning this program was, first of all, I just wanted to hire out my video editing because it was taking massive amounts of time to listen to videos, put videos together. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to put intros and outros and fancy things, and I was there for hours when I really should have been face of my company, out networking, out teaching, out writing my next book. Seriously. So, and that's probably a great message for a lot of you business owners, right? If you're spending hours doing these mundane tasks that really someone else needs to be doing, then you need to delegate. But even that was a struggle for me because I knew that I'd have to pay somebody who was also, it was taking them hours and they were charging a lot for this service. And I could never get myself to really roll with this until now. So I want to really go over just a few basics today, because this is definitely kind of a good rabbit hole because there's so much to learn on the app. But I'm going to give you just enough so that you could at least get a video in there and know what you're doing in terms of a little bit of editing. And then there's so many different tutorials that you can listen to through Descript that will help you go to other levels of knowledge and extras and icings and fun stuff in there. Okay. If I'm going over something today and if you guys have a question, just drop it in the chat and I'll try to pay attention to answering those questions while I'm in something, especially if I'm sharing screen and you have a question about what you're seeing, let me know. But I'll also warn you that you all, I think if you clicked on that link recently, you have their new version, but even in the few weeks since I've been using this, they have upgraded their app. So just make sure you have the most current version, because the current version does look slightly different than the one I started with. So why did I choose what, Millie? Just unmute.
So you're supposed to create an account, but there's a question, which best describes your use of Descript? There's creator, content business, other business, personal.
Well, right now, if you just want the free account, then sign up for the free one, because otherwise it's going to ask you to pay for it. And I think the middle version is the creator one. I'm not looking at that buy page right now. But you don't need to buy any version today to play with it. They're going to give you like 3 free hours to mess around with on the free version. Do you see that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, just me.
Okay. So see,
I think the way you answer those questions right now doesn't really matter.
Yeah, same. I would agree with Sandra. They're just taking a survey so they can get information about the businesses that are stalking them.
Yeah, see, so there's another one. What kind of content are you making? Podcast, screencast?
Click one or two things that make sense for you and just move
Yeah.
through the questions. And that's why I tried to get you guys to do this before you came today so that you would be through it and ready to roll. See if you can do that, Millie. And if you can't, you're going to have this video later. Okay.
Okay.
You can come back to it.
Okay, thank
Yeah. Okay. So
I was just going to say that I was able to sign up and no questions asked, just putting in an email. So you might have another spot that you won't see the questions.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, just for Millie, I
Okay.
just signed up for the temporary free thing and there were no questions.
Okay, that's good. That
Yeah.
works. That makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can see my Descript scene, screen, sorry. It looks pretty blank right now, right? You guys can see it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I already have projects loaded and a lot of things going on here. So when you see the menu, which let's see if they'll show it to you. Maybe here. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, your projects will show up in a menu, which I don't even see right now. So we'll go, starting in this program, we'll go pretty basic. But what I've used this for so far is just basic video editing when I needed to take pieces out or add things in or add two videos together. I needed to, a good example is, major coughing fit in the middle of an interview, right? So, oopsie, so like you're just able to take stuff out. Creating course content is honestly one of the most exciting things I have done with Descript, is allowing me to edit the videos. But let's say I had a module that I recorded and it was a good hour or even longer than an hour. I was able to take the course video and break it down into 20-minute videos, 3 20-minute videos. And that's just awesome for when people are consuming content, to be able to break the content down into shorter videos. And I just recently did that. And I was able to do it in minutes, not hours. That is the thing that I want you guys to get so excited about, is I'm about to save you massive amounts of time on this video editing thing. Intro videos too. So I went through all of my course content, and then I realized I didn't really record any introduction videos to any of the course or the modules. I'm like, well, I need to do that. So I hit record on my Zoom and I recorded all of the 8 or 9 videos I wanted to do. I just spoke them and paused between. I put that whole entire video into Descript, and then I was able to pull the single videos out, and I'm going to actually show you how to do that today. It was brilliant, and it was definitely a massive time saver. And then the last most favorite thing that I love is creating promo videos for the upcoming events. So when I onboard a guest for the 7-Figure Healers online talk show, we do a 30-minute onboard, and I do about 10 minutes of promo recording where they're talking about these talking points that we're going to talk about in the show. And man, do I get golden nuggets from them that I can then pull out of that video and use as promotional content pre-show. But think about this in terms of repurposing anything later. Okay, so on and on and on, like brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so the basic video editing, I'll try to go slow-ish so that you can follow along. I'm going to click on New Project. It's the blue button in the upper right corner. And I'm going to title this Test for today. Okay, but you guys would make a title that you would remember of your project. And then I'm going to choose a file to transcribe. So this is the first thing in this little menu over here underneath that title I just typed, choose a file. This is where it's going to take me to my computer files. And I'm going to go over under my documents, and I'm going to find one of these great mindset mastery, awesome authors that I interviewed recently. So I just double clicked on the video I want to work on, and it automatically starts to upload it here in front of us. So that first box that you see pop out, can you see the little pop out box, you guys, that says transcribing? Okay. So over to the right, MM Avis is just the title of that file in my computer. Okay. Mindset Mastery. It's just my way of knowing what that was. So I'm going to go to this number 1, and I'm actually going to tell the computer that it's 2 speakers are in this video, 2 people. And then you see it changed. It's saying detecting speakers. So I'm going to give it a minute there to detect the speakers. And once it does that, I may have to just flip my my share with you guys so that you can hear the audio. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just letting it work here. So basically what it's doing is it's detecting the fact that there are 2 speakers in this video, 2 people. So there you just saw the transcription pop up on the left. That's about how long it took to Sandra, just because you had that question. Usually a minute or 2. It's usually, you know, it depends on the video. Obviously this was a shorter video though, okay? This was like a 20-minute video. And I'm going to go ahead and click. It's not done detecting my speakers. So what I've noticed about that is if it's another woman and our voices are similar, it takes a little longer for the AI to detect the difference between the 2 speakers. So there it is. Okay, so it just finished. That's how long it took to identify the 2 speakers. Now, when I click on identify speakers, what it does is it plays back the video, and I'm going to hit detect speakers. I'm going to hit get started, and we'll one of you just tell me, I don't think you're going to be able to hear it, but tell me, you can unmute and say, no, I don't hear it, or yes, I hear it. I'm going to hit get started. And if you can hear the sound, let me know. Can you hear that? Okay. So it's giving me my voice. So I'm going to type in my own name. And now it skipped to Colleen's voice. So I hear Colleen's voice in the video, and I'm going to say, that's Colleen, enter. So I just identified the 2 speakers because it was spitting it out in sound to me. I could hear the difference between the 2. And then I'm going to close, and look what it did on the left. Laura, Colleen, Laura, Colleen. It's telling me who's speaking. Oh you guys, do you realize what a massive game changer this is going to be, right? For your videos. Okay, so now I have this video in words over on the left, and it's telling me who is speaking. So I can do a couple of really cool things from here. There's different ways that you can edit this, but one of the cool ones, slide this over a little so I can see what I'm doing. One of the cool ones is up at the top of the menu above the transcription. There's this little like diamond star thing. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to go down to the menu item that says remove filler words. It's going to remove and from the entire video automatically. I know, it is so worth an applause. Seriously, like what? Okay, so all I have to do is go down to apply to all, and done. It just took and out of the whole video. All right, like I know, it's just it's amazing. So
how does it affect
I get how it affects the transcript. How does it affect the video?
It takes it out.
Does it look funny?
No, okay, so if you, I would love to hear what you think when you see one, but I'm gonna say it's barely detectable.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'll show you a couple other things that you can do to make sure that it looks the best way that it can in terms of like the mouth matching what the sound is. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's pretty darn good, Sandra, if you ask me, but you can take the out. But the thing is about this, what I just did is whatever I take out in words on the left, it's deleting from the video too. So in that respect, it already matches. We don't have a match issue, but I'll tell you where there does become a match issue. And that is because you could actually, I don't know, for example, the first line, you can see that I said, welcome everyone, I'm Laura DeFranco. There's obviously typos in that, okay? The transcription is not perfect. And you're gonna have to correct the transcription if for any reason you actually want to use this transcription as a document, okay? But I just want you to think in terms of video editing right now, because that's going to be the most simple way to kind of go through this. But let's just say I forgot, I just said Laura on my video, and I forgot to say my last name. I can actually type in my last name on the transcription, and the AI will learn my voice and add my voice to the video.
Whoa.
Yeah, like what? Again, crazy. So this program, the AI, the intelligence in the program you can teach it your voice, and it will fill in the blanks if there's something that you forgot. Now, would I add sentences worth? No, because then the mouth isn't gonna, then it's really not gonna be a match, right? But if you forget one word or a little thing here or there, it's awesome. So without, they call it overdub, like dubbing your voice. Without that today, what you can do here is you can literally delete stuff. Here's an example. This second sentence, and here today to help me with that mission is one of the most amazing author experts. If I didn't like the word and I just wanted to say, I clicked on the transcription. That's why you're finally seeing the video, by the way. I just clicked right in this and it brought the video up. So I can highlight the word and hit delete, and it'll just be here today to help me with that mission. So I can clean up my video if I was putting extra words in, but I can do it by the actual text, which is the brilliant piece of this, I think, for everybody, but also a writer for sure. Because I can go right into this and I can see what I was talking about, and I don't have to listen to my hours of videos anymore to find the place where I wanted to delete whatever the section was. And because you can be so specific, it's pretty cool. So I'll pause there about that, see if you guys have any questions. Anything on that?
I'm curious, and I don't know if you've ran into this, but is there a section for Spanish to change the language?
Don't know.
I'm gonna have to explore that.
Yep. Don't know the answer to that yet. So
I think
here,
there is.
I would, my guess would be
there was a setting for language.
I did see that somewhere. Where did we see that? It was like the screen before this. It said English, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Yes.
I'm curious to know if it would detect 2 different languages in one video.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll have to play with that.
You and I could do a little recording, see what happens.
That's true.
We could do a little test video and put it in there. So in this upper left-hand corner, the little pencil, if I click there, it's going to allow me to correct an area or write. Okay, so write the script and generate the AI speech, right? That's what the right one is. To correct something, like if I see this Laura DeFranco, I just want to highlight it, and then I'll hit the pencil and it's going to let me correct it. They spelled my name wrong, so I'll go ahead and correct my name and correct. But I can also change the words and it will say them. All right. So that, I think, out of everything today is really the biggest thing I wanted you to know about this program, is that you now get to edit your video by looking at the words, and it's going to save you a massive amount of time, because you can you can read through it quickly and you can decide what you don't like, and you can just delete it right out of the words, and then you publish your video and those sections are automatically deleted. Okay, so that's the biggest thing here. So the filler words, though, I think that's brilliant. Oh, what I wanted to tell you about the filler words is in the pro version, which I do not have yet, I'm about to though, you can pick any of the other filler words, for instance, like, okay. And so pro lets you do that. You could type in, and it would delete all of the knows out of your video, or like, or you guys know the ones that people use, right? So you could type in anything you want and it will take it out. But in this middle priced version, they do the and the for you, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, okay, let's see here. The next most awesome ever thing is creating a shorter clip from the big main one that you uploaded. And I use this for promoting a show if I did that onboarding call with the guest ahead of time. But then you can use this function for repurposing a video into micro content, they call it. You could do little short videos based on your longer one. Highlight the words you want to include. Let's go find something fun that Colleen said. Yeah, so here she says, so my chapter is really about 5 subtle shifts that you can make. Make your own, modify to be your own. That can take just a few minutes. That's not really a good example. Like what I would do is I would read this until I found a quote that I loved. That was the topic of what we were talking about. And I'm like, ooh, powerful quote right there. Okay. So let's say it's this first paragraph under the purple Colleen here. I'm going to put my cursor at the beginning of it. I'm going to highlight the whole paragraph. I'm going to right click, which is on a Mac or a Magic Mouse, control click. I'm going to go to duplicate to, new composition. You guys follow that before I click it? Okay. Highlight the piece that you want, right click over it. It brings up the menu, go down to duplicate to, new composition. So watch what happens. It brought up that little black box down there, and oops, I missed it. It's going to be in there somewhere, but I'm going to do it again because I didn't do it fast enough. Darn it. Okay. Duplicate to, new composition. I'm going to go ahead and open it right away because otherwise I would have to try to find it. So there it is, brand new project set up for you with only the clip you chose. So now I can clean this up. I can delete, I can make it exactly the video I want. And then I can go ahead and publish that short one. Questions about that? I honestly think this is one of the biggest things for me because I put my entire course modules into this. I took a 90 minutes worth of transcribed class and I highlighted 3 20-minute sections. And now I have my 3 20-minute videos for my course, which is what people recommend all the time when you're doing courses now, is to break it down. for people, right? They listen to the first module, they complete it, they go to the second module, rather than having this 90-minute long course video that they're trying to get through. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just that it's a common recommendation these days that you break it down for people with short
So much
attention
easier,
spans.
so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Sense of
I have a
accomplishment
question.
too.
So
Yeah, shoot.
there's some platforms I use where I have to remember to save all of the time, because if something happens and then it shuts down or whatever, I lose everything I did.
This
Do
is
you think
automatically
platform
saving.
updates
This is
frequently?
automatically saving. Every single time I pull one of these out, I will be able to go back to the home menu and it's just going to be sitting there. Yeah, I haven't had to save at all.
Awesome.
Yep. Don't have to worry about it. Other questions on this little clip maneuver?
And it's easy to take something and put it into your video.
Yes. I will do my best to get there today if we have enough time, because I know some of these things are icing things and it's like, ooh, I'm going to be here learning all these amazing things. But yes, Sandra, like, I can't wait to listen to the promo for social tutorial they have, because that's exactly what that is. They're calling them scenes, and you can put in extra little visual. Let's say Colleen and I, this video of the two of us, let's say that midway through the video, we start talking about Italy. And, we're just talking about it. So what might be really, really fun would be to put in a little Italy background video over us, so that what the viewer sees is the Italy pictures while we are talking about it in the background. Okay. This is icing, you guys. This is extra. This is, more complicated, but yes, Sandra, you can add all kinds of things into this. I am going to try to show you one thing real quick here about that in terms of adding. In fact, why don't we just do it right now? So if I go up to the top menu and I hit T for title, text is what that stands for, but I'm going to do title. See what it did? You guys see the title? So I realized that title, I think it's movable, but right now I'm not exactly sure. So what I'm going to do here is say mindset. And now my video actually has a title on top of it. And the other thing you can add is captions. You can add something down below in the black bar that will actually spit the words out in captions while the people are talking on the video. So you can add a whole lot of interesting things, including words, including other videos, including pictures, including captions. Oh my goodness, so many things. Okay. And if you see on the right-hand side, now that I put that there, it's also going to allow me to change the font and a whole lot of things. You guys can read them on that right-hand menu. I'm going to be able to change in there. So this is the part where I'm going to say to you guys, you're going to have to get in there, play around, figure out, what's cool for you, what projects you're working on. Okay, let's see. So if I'm finished with my short little video here, the way that I move it out of my computer to a usable little video is the upper, sorry, that Zoom menu keeps popping over it. The black publish button in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to hit publish. I'm going to go click export next to the word publish. Everyone following? Export. It defaults to a video export, but what I want to show you is if I hit the menu, I could actually export an audio or the transcript. Okay, but most of the time we are exporting a video from this. It's just, that's not the only option. So I want you to know it defaults to video. It's already on. It's going to export a video. And then I'm going to hit export. And that's going to go to my computer. So make sure you understand where you're exporting your stuff, or else you're going to be frustrated later trying to look for it, right? And I just hit save, and that's going to save to my computer. So I'm just going to cancel that for now, but I just wanted to show you the quick steps in terms of getting this ready. And then that video that you have created on your computer to answer Zora's question from earlier, now that's what's going to go on YouTube. It's going to go on your social. It's going to go on wherever you want to share it in terms of your platforms. Questions about any of that?
I actually had one.
Yeah.
I do a lot of like videos and then I do a voiceover. Sometimes I do a video showing I'm doing something and then I'll do a voiceover. Is that something that can be done on this platform too?
I would imagine any kind of that editing. If you're adding an audio file, I would imagine it's going to be like adding anything else. You'll have to add it in and place it at the beginning. What I haven't gone into today, which I will explain so that you can see it below, is you're also seeing a, let me see where I can pull it up so you guys can see the layers, but see below, if I click anywhere on this bar below, it's going to show me where I am in the video of this. Okay. So when you add something in like a title, like captions, all sorts of things, it's going to show up in the editor below in this bar. And then let's say it was an audio file. You could just drag the audio file. It's very much like your other video editors to be throughout the entire thing, or whatever portion you want the audio to be covering in the video. So yes, Millie, it's going to take you some time to get in there and figure those things out. But yes, you can add pretty much anything to this. And again, they're calling them scenes. And so when you guys go into just Descript and you click on some of the tutorial videos, find the ones that are going to help you with creating your scenes, because the scenes is where they're teaching you how to add photos, other videos, audio, text, titles, captions, basically everything you could think of. Animation, that was one of them I saw today. Animations, and they have a file of things. So up here in the little box that says media in the top menu, it's the far left emblem. I can go to their prefab, library, and let's go for images for a second. So they have all kinds of beautiful things you can already choose from, or you can add your own stuff to the library so that you can add whatever you want. So let me just see how this works. And this is something I haven't done yet. So I'm going to put my cursor to right before the word I've modified. And then I'm going to go up and click, I don't know, just any one of these. So you see what it did? Okay. So now if I click back here, and now what I realize is that no matter where I click, I covered up my video just now. So I'm going to delete it. And I have to decide like where I want that photo.
So anywhere you put a slash, it's going to delineate where. So
It's
if you
gonna-
put yes, so most recently, you put the slash in,
Yeah.
and then you insert your image and it'll put it during that section.
Yeah, and that's something I was reading just today was about the forward slash. It's how the program delineates the pieces. And that's not something I can tutor you guys on completely today because I haven't fooled with it enough. But it looks super easy and like everything else on here. So have fun with that, with the scenes. Templates is a whole nother topic. Media, there's videos you can choose from in here. again, their example was about the Italy, like, you know, if the two people are talking for a long time about a topic and you just want to make it more visually interesting, so you want to put a little different kind of video that relates to it over, then you can. And there's all kinds of fun things that they have in here already that you can look through to see, and you can type in the search bar to find something up above as well. I haven't even looked at all of this stuff, you know, stickers, backgrounds, and music. Looks like I haven't even seen that piece. See, that this will be something fun for me, because I was trying to create a spoken word poem video and I didn't want it to be my face. I wanted it to be some pretty nature scene. And so that's what I'm going to do with my poems, is I'm going to come in here and pick some music and a you know, beautiful ocean scene, and I'm going to go ahead and read my poem as the audio. And so that's just one of my ideas that I'm going to be working on. Looks like they have sound effects. That'll be interesting. Maybe, and sometimes, you know, for like a live show, one of my ideas was we could have the applause sound come on, or, you know, before or after. I mean, there's like a bazillion things I think that we could have fun with here. So anything else you want to see on there? And or any other questions about those basic things? Is that enough to just get you to be dangerous in here? Nothing else you guys have? Anything you want to see again? Anything you want to see clarified?
This reminds me a lot of is it movie iMovie or
Right.
whatever? Yeah, with the exception of the transcript, like you're able to edit without having to fool around with the actual video. You remove the word and it removes it for you. That's a game changer.
I mean, that alone is why I got so excited about sharing this, is just because that is what makes this easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had tried my own in iMovie. There's lots of different kinds of apps, but when you have to listen to it 50 times to try and find just the exact place, it's so time consuming. The one thing I was going to try to show you all is, let's just see it. I'll see if I can share my screen with the sound real quick. Okay. I don't know if it's going to allow me to share sound. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, I guess all I want to know is if one of you can just be unmuted for a minute. Can you hear this? I'm going to hit play. Can you hear that? No, okay. Sorry, I can't figure out how to share both my audio and the screen. Does anyone know that trick by chance? No, on a Zoom? Okay. Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I've tried a couple of times, so that I know I've seen people do that, so it must be something I'm not doing right, but I'll figure it out. So the beauty of that, really, that I wanted to show you, is that when you all are editing this, down below or up above, it doesn't matter, up above or down below, if I put my cursor right before the Y and I hit my space bar, I hear my video. It plays back for me. So I'm getting two things at once. I was hoping that I could get you guys to hear it when I played it, but I can't figure that out. So it's lovely because you can hear what's going on. You can watch it to the right, you know. So I'll play it now and you guys can see that the video is moving, right? So I can hear all of that while it's going, and it really, really helps in the editing. The cursor moves depending on the sentence she's at. So if something doesn't sound right, it might cue me and I could go back and put my cursor and just be like, you know, oh, I don't want that word, or, oh, she did like, you know, and I just want to delete that or whatever. So That
This could really be used for not such good stuff. Like, it's so accurate. You could almost make the person you're interviewing almost say something different than she said. You know what I mean? Like, when I see the depth of how this stuff works, it's amazing. And it's also a little creepy too.
I was gonna say it's creepy in a sense.
Yeah.
A wonderful
Yeah.
tool, but creepy.
Yep.
I like to think of it way more positively when I am editing my own teaching and my own powerful promo videos and things that I'm doing where I'm speaking a message. What happens for me is it's quite the opposite. Because it's the words in front of me, I can take out my own and I can just push it in right where I want the main message to be coming out of my mouth. And it's just very powerful when you clean up your speech. When you are speaking, when you're doing public speaking, it creates a power and a directness in your message. So that's the way I like to think about it, is being able to edit really helps you with your message, being clear, being clear, being powerful. I hear you on the other thing, but I choose not to dwell there. Okay. Yeah. What else, you guys? Anything? Cindy, Makiba, any questions? Want to type any questions in the chat? Feel free. Anything else you want me to click on real quick or show you? You guys? No, you good? Okay. Time to go play, right? So I hope that was helpful. I hope it got you excited. I am upgrading to the pro version today. I've been on the creator version for a few weeks and I have put so much content into the program. I'm like, what are you doing? Right. And so I have like 30 minutes left on the creator program. So that is the heads up I'll give you, is if you are a content creator and you're doing a lot of this, you're going to need the pro version pretty quickly, is my guess. But at this point, I think I saw that that's going to be $288 for the year. I'm like, sign me up. I'm good to go. Like, that is going to save me hours and hours and hours. And it's going to save me possibly having to pay someone and delegating that workout. And I'm saving the time. And I can do one more thing, wanted to share with you guys. I can do what I was about to say at the end there is I can create these beautiful little video GIFs for my authors. When we have an interview or we do a special thing and we're recording a video or I'm in a class, they say something brilliant. I want to take a little promo video out for them that they can use for their business. If you all are serving people like that, what an amazing, cool little fast gift you can give them. You can just say, hey, Millie, this thing you said the other day on the video, it was brilliant. I just made you a little video of it. And you can send those to your friends, your colleagues, your clients. I mean, what a cool thing, right? So I've been doing that too. Yes, Cindy, lots and lots to play with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this little tutorial video. If you're watching the replay, look below. I've got my affiliate link, full transparency. I'm going to be telling everybody I know about this. And so why not make a couple bucks while I'm at it? And I just did this for you guys today for fun and to help you out. And I hope that you love it and let me know.
Thank
so
you.
you guys want to stick around after, you can.